Okay, so like episode 9, Marashade, the penultimate episode, and they went there. They fully went there. This one hurt in a way the show hasn't quite managed yet, and I've been sitting with it for a bit, trying to figure out how to even talk about it. So let's get into it. We open on the Pearl Girls scrubbing blood off the ground, which honestly, as an opener, sets the tone immediately. Something already went wrong. And Daisy is standing there watching, and you can see it on her face. She's done waiting. So here's what she does. She rings the bell to signal that she's gotten her period for the first time, which sounds mundane, but in Gilead, that is a massive move, because she had been hiding it specifically to avoid being fast-tracked into marriage. She blows her own cover on purpose because she knows what it means. It means she gets sent to Dr. Grove for an examination. And yes, that Dr. Grove, the dentist, the smug, low-key villain who's been lurking in the background since episode 4, Daisy essentially volunteers herself to walk into the room with the Predator. That's the plan. Not exactly a great plan, but okay, Daisy. AK. Meanwhile, Becka is gossiping with Agnes, warning her that Daisy is Aunt Lydia's little spy, and basically telling her to keep her head down. And then Daisy shows up, freshly declared a plum, and Becka is not thrilled. Here's a detail I didn't expect to hit me. Aunt Estee breaks down crying, like full-on begs Daisy for forgiveness for failing to protect her. And it's such a weird, uncomfortable scene because you're watching a woman who is absolutely complicit in this entire system have a genuine human moment of guilt and grief. The show keeps doing this. It keeps reminding you that the aunts aren't just cardboard villains. They're people who made choices and have to live inside those choices. It doesn't excuse anything, but it makes the whole thing messier and more real. Aunt Lydia, meanwhile, is doing Aunt Lydia things, which means she's already running 12 steps ahead. She goes to Commander Judd and basically says, hey, we need to deal with Grove, but can we wait until after Becca's wedding? Because why should Becka pay for her father's crimes? And Judd is just like, yeah, sure, he was a good dentist, though. Which tells you everything about how much these men actually care about what happened to those girls. So Grove comes home and tells Garth that accusations have been made against him. Totally baseless, he assures everyone. And Garth is there, and Becka is there, and Grove is doing the whole wounded man routine. Becka is furious at Daisy. She confronts her at school, has to be physically pulled away by Agnes. Shout out to Shunamite, by the way, who once again just quietly holds the line when things start falling apart. Love her. But then Agnes tells Becka the truth. It's not just that the accusations are true, but that Agnes was one of his victims. And that's the moment where Matea Conforti, who plays Becka, absolutely earns everything. Because you watch her process that the man she's been defending, the man who is her father, did this to the person she loves most in the world. And something just breaks. Like you can actually see it happen. It's one of the best acted moments of the season. Full stop. Okay, so the whole season, the question has been, who's going to be the one to bring Dr. Grove to justice? The obvious guesses were Aunt Lydia or Daisy. They'd been setting both of them up for it. It was Becka. She waits until her father is taking a bath, and she stabs him with shears while he's in the tub. It's brutal. It's cathartic in the way that only TV can make something horrible feel cathartic. And then it immediately makes you feel complicated about feeling that way. Because Becka just committed murder in Gilead. And she is not okay. She disguises herself as a Martha. Wait, she's like 19. How does that even work? But okay. And she runs to Agnes's house, and she's clearly in shock. Clearly not well. Agnes sees her, and the first instinct is to get her help. So she does what she thinks is the right thing. She goes to her father, Commander Mackenzie, and asks him to help. Commander Mackenzie does not send Becka to a hospital. He calls Garth, and the eyes show up, and they take her. Becka, in the moment she's being dragged away, is screaming for Agnes because she thinks Agnes sold her out, that Agnes called them. And Agnes is at the window watching this happen, being physically held back by Mackenzie and Paula, completely unable to do anything. The episode ends on both of them screaming, and it is devastating. So, who actually took her? This is the question. The show wants you to think it's the eyes. It looks like the eyes, and if it is the eyes, then Becka is almost certainly dead, because in Gilead, murder equals capital punishment. She killed her father. That's it. That's the story. But, and this is the thing, those people in black robes are all women, which is unusual for the eyes. And here's the other thing the show has been quietly threading all season. Garth is a double agent. He's Gilead military on paper, but he's also Mayday. So when Mackenzie called Garth and Garth showed up with these people, were those really the eyes? Or were they Mayday operatives using the cover? If it's Mayday, Becka might actually be okay. Or at least okayer than dead. The finale is next week. Episode 10 drops May 27th, and apparently it has the longest runtime of the whole season, which, good, because there is a lot to resolve. Becca's fate, what Agnes is going to do, where Daisy lands now that she's a plum, and whatever Aunt Lydia has been building toward this entire time. This episode was the best of the season. Genuinely slow burn that turns into a gut punch. If you're not caught up, get caught up. See you next week.